Welcome everyone to the RTV studios here on the campus of Martinsville High School for another edition of Inside Martinsville Football. I'm your host Eric Meyer, joined as always by head coach Brian Duggar, a continued happy head coach Brian Duggar with a big time win on Friday night over Bloomington South.
Yeah, it was a fun night, fun game. Anytime you beat your rival, it's fun, So real excited to see community out there. Support was great, crowd was awesome. Mr. Bell was unbelievable, I heard, with the student section, keep everybody going, and gave me a big hug after the game, so he was happy as well, so that's a good thing.
He's definitely experienced that rivalry up close and personal, and you could tell this week he was kind of amped up a little bit.
Yeah, every day. He was. We ready? He was fired up.
So you guys went 1-0 like you try to do every week.
That's the goal. Yeah.
With the big win over Bloomington South, and really, it's a game where your offense gets you guys the lead, your defense keeps it for you. A huge game for your quarterback Tyler Atkins.
Yeah, like you said, our offense was good. Tyler was lights out. He was really dialed in. I don't know what he finished with percentage-wise. I know it was high, but we got to a point where we weren't really calling run plays anymore. We were calling everything was an RPO. We were going to let him have the ball in his hands. We were struggling a little bit up front, but we felt like it didn't matter. Our passes, what we were doing with our RPOs were just as good as a run. So he was phenomenal. He did exactly what he's been coached, and took what was given to him every single time. And that's what happens. You have a great night, and he played well.
We talked about in the preseason too, and last week about the offense. We expect that out of this veteran offense with Tyler back really for his third year as well. It's been the defense though that's kind of been a little bit surprising, and once again up to the test on Friday night.
Yeah, not a little bit surprising, extremely surprising. It's been awesome. We did not expect this from this defense yet. We thought the talent was there and it would start to grow as the season went on, but we're really young in a lot of spots. But maybe they're just really young and dumb and don't know yet, I guess. But they're making plays. They're doing a great job. Nick Crone has been phenomenal. I don't know that there's a defensive lineman that's had a better 2 games so far in the state right now. The numbers he's putting up tackle-wise, it's impressive. You don't normally see that from a defensive lineman. Devin Brenner's having a great start, and I really like what they're doing. They've been fun to watch, and everybody's doing their job. That's what's important. They're all buying into being 11 guys out there. Everybody do their job, and we'll take care of business.
You mentioned those 2 kids with Devin and Nick as well. Nick, like you said, setting up camp in the opponent's backfield on a routine basis.
It's impressive.
He's been outstanding. The defense has as well. Couple of picks on Friday night as well as that secondary, Poppy getting back out there once again. I want to call him Lolo because when he was little we called him Lolo, but Logan's out there with a great interceptions.
He's still kind of little, but
that's all right. No, he's grown up a little bit. He's grown up a little bit, made a couple of picks.
He's making big plays. He does a good job, and Benfield had a great pick as well. I felt we should have had another one. Stevie Drake took one right off the face mask, but you know what? The most important part was he was in the right spot, did the read the right way. Everybody's just where they're supposed to be, and that's what makes it tough for an offense. When the defense is where they're supposed to be and they're doing the assignments that they're supposed to have, it's really tough for an offense to execute.
Big-time plays on both sides of the football. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the highlights from the contest on Friday night against Bloomington South. We'll start right there on the aforementioned defensive side, and a big hit there by Stevie Drake.
Yeah, and that was, we were a little worried about their running game. They're big up front, and that's what Bloomington South does, and we thought they might be able to get the run going, but credit to our D-line and linebackers for making great plays and doing their job and being gap sound. Josh Jones had a great game. It was good to see him get going. He's a sophomore, is going to be a really good football player, and the looks they were giving us allowed a lot of our RPOs to really to kind of have a big night, and he took advantage of it. A good little screen there for Garrett. It's been a nice little play for Garrett. He does a good job with that. This was a great play by Tyler here. The blitz is in his face there, just giving Trevor enough time to get in the flat there, and that was a 3rd and 6 or 7, I believe, and just picking that up and getting a chance to throw this shot right here, which they were asking for all week. They felt like this was a matchup that they wanted, and Tyler's coming to me and Luke's coming saying, hey, we if we're in the red zone, give us a shot, and the situation presented itself, and to their credit, they executed it.
Was Coach Bell out there as well?
Yeah, I think he was right there in the corner.
He must have been watching
right there for the
practices
excitement
this week.
of it. Yep, for sure.
He knew it was coming.
And here's Nick again. I mean, people don't see that part of it, but that pick right there, a lot of that's caused by Nick, just getting in the backfield, making that quarterback get rid of the ball a little bit earlier than he wants to, and Logan does a great job, and that's what good defenses do. They kind of feed off each other. Good little screen play again. We kind of felt like they were sending some blitzes from the field, and we got the right call here, and Tyler does a good job looking off, and Braden, and the truth be told, our offensive line there with Aiden Button and Nate Long just getting out in space was really impressive on that play, and everybody just did a really good job with that.
Back on the defensive side of the football,
Quentin Bland, yep. I think our defense is, obviously, like I said, Nick's been phenomenal, but you look across the board, there's so many just unsung heroes doing what they're supposed to do every single time. There's 3-4 guys in the backfield right there, and that's the kind of style of football we want to play on defense. We want guys flying to the football, making plays, trying to run a screen here, and again, one of our, we read it. We're right there on top of it. Braden Trake sees it, flies to the football. It's just everybody's doing a great job of reading what the offense is doing and reacting. Another little running back play here for Shrake, slipping him right up the middle there. A little dump pass for him, and just hard on the defense to kind of see him as he sneaks through, and Tyler does a really good job of throwing it as well. Is that Jake? That's Ty Hornberger there before the half. Big play. Sophomore holding it down there in the middle. Quentin Bland there again. Devin Brenner. I said we're flying to the football. It's fun to watch. It's fun to watch them on defense. We got full confidence in them. It's good to see Jaden Thacker get involved in the mix a little bit. I know he caught one at the beginning of last year, but hadn't had a touchdown since. So that was big for him there, and good read by Tyler again, another RPO, and Jaden just happens to come wide open on that.
Mentioned Quentin Bland a couple times. Ty Hornberger as well in on those stops.
There's the Stevie Drake off the face mask, and again, but the more important thing, and he drops it, but he's in the right spot. That's where he's got to be, and that's what we want. And here's Jacob Dillender in the backfield there, doing a good job shedding the block, getting in the backfield, making a play. This is just a great play by Ben Field there. Ball gets tipped, and Ben makes a nice catch there, goes after the ball, turnover. Just big plays by our defense. Ben in, not break in, and then it's a good job here by Trevor Hott, extending the play here, making a play, and been asked multiple times, was it a called fake or not? But we allow our rugby guy to read it, and Trevor saw something there, and he decided to make a play, and that's why he's in that spot. So it's just a big play, and kept that going, and I think we kind of milked another 3 or 4 minutes off the clock and took care of business.
Able to get the big-time win over the rival Bloomington South. So 2-0 now. Mid-state conference play begins this week on the road against Greenwood, and you've kind of had 3 different types of teams you've played, and you'll see a third, but a team quite familiar with. They haven't changed things that much over the years with the Greenwood Woodmen on Friday night.
Greenwood's always tough. Coach Campbell does a great job. They might be one of the most fundamental coach teams we play. They're physical. We know what they're going to do. They're going to run power 100 times. On defense, they're going to line up and play the same thing every time. They don't do a lot of things, but they're really, really good at what they do. Our kids, we really bought in again to the idea of 1-0. And we've really stressed that, it's great beating Bloomington South, but it doesn't mean anything for this week. It doesn't. It doesn't do us any. It doesn't give us bonus points. Doesn't give us 7-0 lead. Now, we're 0-0 this week, and that's with this Greenwood team. The way they play, they can cause lots of problems. So we got to come out and approach it. We want to be 1-0 at the end of this week.
And that's what I've got up on the board over there. Bounce back week, conference week coming up as well. You don't want to call it like a trap game, but is there a potential for that coming up? Obviously, after just having that what you just said. You're kind of hammering that home with the kids.
I don't want to say it's a trap game, because trap game always makes me feel like the team you're playing is not very good, and I don't think that's the case this week. But there's a lot of emotion. You know, the kids were celebrating. They're real excited about beating Bloomington South, and a lot of energy in the locker room, a lot of energy kind of Saturday morning still, and everyone's excited. But you got to kind of change gears and get back to, hey, we've got a job to do. We did our job last week. We went 1-0. We did what we were supposed to. Now it's, hey, we're 0-0 this week. Greenwood doesn't care that we beat Bloomington South. So we've got to really do our job. We've got to respect the process. We talked a lot about that this week, and put in on Monday, put in on Tuesday, win Wednesday, win Thursday, and then take care of business on Friday night.
Greenwood, the opponent, coming up on Friday night. Like we said, you mentioned it a little bit offensively, what they do. Why don't you break it down just a little bit more for those people at home on what we're going to see out of offense off of the Greenwood Woodmen?
Yeah, they're gonna line up in traditional kind of pro style offense, and they're gonna have a tight end, a fullback, and they're gonna run power, ISO, all the old stuff that a lot of us grew up playing. That's how we were taught football. They're not going to do much. Like, that's what they do, and they have no problem with 3 yards in a cloud of dust. They have no problem with holding the ball for 10 minutes and not letting the offense back out there. And sometimes that's their best defense, is that offense, just keeping the other offense off the field, and not letting that offense stay in a rhythm. And, you know, defensively, they're 3-4. They're pretty vanilla, if you will, but they're sound. They make you earn every yard. They're not going to give up big plays over top. You're going to have to earn everything. And kind of, again, they want slow, sustained drives. It makes me think of my basketball coach who I played for, Mark James, corners. You know, hold the ball. That's Greenwood football. You know, you're gonna have to beat them and execute it and out fundamental them, because that's what they're gonna do.
All right. So we've talked a little bit about, you mentioned some of them, but we'll have you mention them again. What are you guys gonna have to do key-wise to start mid-state conference play 1-0 on the offensive and defensive side on Friday night?
Well, I mean, just both sides of the ball, we're going to have to be physical. That's what Greenwood does. We're going to have to be really physical on both sides of the ball. Offensively, take care of the ball and take what's given to us. We can't try and force things, can't try and make plays. Take what's given, just like we did against Bloomington South, and march the ball and put points on the board. Defensively, it's going to be about gap sound. If we're gap sound and we come out and play physical, we'll be fine. All
right, Coach, we appreciate it. As always, join us. Good luck there on Friday night.
Hey, thank you. I love coming on here.
All right, that's Artesian head coach Brian Duggar here inside Martinsville football. Artesian's 2-0. They are looking to go to 3-0 and start mid-state conference play 1-0 as they travel to Greenwood on a Friday night. As always, I'd like to thank the head coach Brian Duggar for coming in. For Coach Duggar, along with the quarterback room back there, QB 1 and 2, Tyler Atkins and Bo Dilley. I'm Eric Meyer. We'll see you again next time inside Martinsville football.